Here, Wiggin. Full glasses. Thank you very much, Madam Chair and members. This measure does the following. One, it modernizes the Secretary of State's Cal Access system for filing and access campaign finance information. Two, it creates a data-driven rather than a form-driven system. And the reason that's important is it's like when you go to Google or these other searchable approaches, it's a much easier thing to search and cross between candidates and what's going on versus looking up a form. Modernizing the system that was back in 1992 was modern, but has certainly been problematic, and as we've read in stories, has gone down over the time. To make it machine readable and user friendly, and developing its ability to aggregate contributions from the same contributor. And I just wanted to share, so on the surface it looks like it's just a reform measure relating to the Secretary of State's office. I would only share with you that a number of the groups that have testified here earlier today have been part of a very large collaboration of interest groups from all parts of the political spectrum and reform groups and the like, discussing what are we going to do about reform for over a year and a half. Part of that came out. Mr. Heerwagen is here today. You'll hear from in a moment. Put together a number of experts. Bob Stern, who drafted Prop 9 in 1974. Gary Winnick, formerly from the FPPC, and others to come up with a reform measure. He had it written and collecting signatures, and part of the effort afoot of putting this on this measure forth, supported by the Secretary of State, and we've have budget dollars came out of the budget process that are part of this, is really kind of a compromise as a result of all of these interests. So it's not simply me taking a bill up. It's really just the face of a lot of people from all walks of life, and particularly Mr. Heerwagen, who took advantage of the measure that we put on the ballot, that we passed here a couple of years ago, again as a result of a similar bipartisan extensive effort, $1.5 million, 64 groups to deal with the right to withdraw, which is what Mr. Heerwagen did with respect to his measure.
Move the bill. Second.
Okay, we'll move in second. Okay, comments?
Yes, thank you, Chairman Weber. Thank you, members, and thank you, Senator Hertzberg. We formed, just a little background, we formed a ballot measure committee called the Voters' Right to Know a year ago to address making public policy more in the public interest and engaging citizens, especially young citizens that increasingly don't vote due to the fact they think the system is rigged. So there were a number of provisions that came out of that effort. Our team, as Senator Hertzberg mentioned, included Bob Stern, Ann Ravel, formerly chair of the FPPC, and now FEC Commissioner Fred Wucher, outside counsel to the legislature, and Gary Winnick, who is enforcement director of the FPPC. One of our fundamental provisions was indeed a reboot of Cal Access. The research has shown, MapLight research has shown that when there is transparency of the message sponsors, that voters act in their own interests, and that's what we were looking for. And this provision, along with other provisions in our measure, were very popular with voters. Our polling showed 66% in favor, 22% against, even in the face of a fiscal estimate of tens of millions of dollars. We think that having analyzed 1349 as drafted by Senator Hertzberg, that it will give Californians the most reliable, up-to-date, and accurate view of the money behind campaigns in the country. Plus, it will make it the easiest for political committees to use, and I think as Secretary Padilla has said before, his goal is to make a turbo tax for campaign finance, which is where we should be in the state of California. As Senator Hertzberg mentioned, we engaged with the senator in January, given his strong support for these provisions and this provision in particular, and indeed stood down on our signature gathering efforts as of that time when Secretary Padilla announced his support. And we think that with Cal Access in particular, the Secretary of State, the legislature together can do a much better job in rebooting Cal Access because of the deliberative nature of the body, the flexibility, and we think that the result will be better policy, and we ask for your support.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else have any other comments?
Good morning, Chair Weber and members. Gavin Baker with California Common Cause. Having heard a motion, I'll be very brief and just say we're very proud to join with Senator Hertzberg in support of this measure. Appreciate Assemblymember Mullen being our principal co-author on this bill. And we are very proud to support this common sense, flexible reform to increase transparency. We respectfully urge the committee's support, and we'll be happy to take any questions.
Okay, anyone else?
Can I just add one thing, Madam Chair,
Sure.
if I could, at order? I want to give great kudos to Mr. Mullins, Senator Mullen, because he carried the weight on this in this House with respect to all the budget efforts, and he's the principal co. But I look at him in a very different light, not as a principal co, but as we're tied at the hip on this thing. So I just want to give him credit that a lot of this effort has been as a consequence of his extraordinary work, and certainly Mr. Nazarian in passing the bill through his subcommittee.
Thank you very much. Okay. Any other supporters? Any Me Too's in the audience?
Madam Chair, members, good morning. David Wolf with the Howard Jarvis Taxpayers Association. Members, if there's something we should be spending money on, it's reforming Cal Access. I'd ask for an aye vote.
Thank you. Wow.
Wow. I rest my case. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
I hope that was being recorded.
So do I.
Oh,
Okay.
Nikki Moore with the California Newspaper Publishers Association in strong support.
Thank you.
Brian Shea Jones on behalf of the California Political Treasurers Association in strong support.
Lee Lawrence with the League of Women Voters of California, strong support. Thank you.
Kelly Doe on behalf of California League Conservation Voters and Sierra Club in strong support.
Tom Scott, State Executive Director with the National Federation of Independent Business, California. 22,000 members strongly support the bipartisan effort.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair and members. Tristan Brown with the California School Employees Association here in strong support. We urge an aye vote. Thank you.
Caitlin Maple, California Ford in strong support.
Thank you. Okay. Any opposition? Okay. Any comments from the members? Mr. Mullen.
Thank you, Madam Chair. If I could just return the compliment to the author for his leadership on this entire issue of Cal Access modernization, and this Cal Access system is the public's window into the world of campaign finance, and here we are, the home of Silicon Valley, the home of the innovation economy, but we have outdated IT, not just this Cal Access system, which is so critical in the public interface, but in so many other areas that needs attention. But thank you, Senator, for bringing this. Proud to work with you. And I know we have a budget allocation to get this process started, so this will be probably a multi-year effort to get this fully modernized and operational, but pleased to support today.
Okay. Any other comments from members? We've had a motion second, I think. We have? Okay. My recommendation is support for the SB 1349, which requires the Secretary of State in consultation with the Fair Political Practices Commission to develop and certify for public use a new online filing and disclosure system for statements and reports that provide public disclosure of campaign finance and lobbying information in a user-friendly, easily understandable format as specified. Ensuring that the public has access to campaign finance data that is transparent and user-friendly is vital to the integrity of our elections. Our Cal Access system is extremely old and has hampered our ability as legislators to modernize our campaign finance policies and fulfill our obligations under the Political Reform Act. This bill will help the Secretary of State in the development of a new campaign finance and disclosure system. I am recommending support for this bill, and I thank Mr. Hertzberg and Mr. Mullen for bringing it forward. Please call the roll.
Can I just, as my close, yield to Mr. Ung over here, because I'm in my exuberance to embrace Mr. Mullen. I think I overstepped his desire to testify, so I'll let him do my close.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Hertzberg. Philip Ung on behalf of the Fair Political Practice Commission. Thank you, staff, for including our letter in the analysis. There's just one clarifying point we want to make, which is the FPPC does support the bill, except for one provision in which we are neutral, which is the one that expedites the procurement through the current public contracting system. We don't have a position on that. That's just the one clarifying. So maybe Mr. Hertzberg would like to close.
He's fine. All right, we're all good. Roll call.
The motion is due pass and referred to the Committee on Appropriations. Weber?
Aye.
Weber, aye. Harper?
Aye.
Harper, aye. Travis Allen?
Aye.
Travis Allen, aye. Gordon? Lowe? Mullen?
Aye.
Mullen, aye. Nazarian?
Aye.
Nazarian, aye. Ayes 5, no 0.
Okay,
I
that
think,
bill is out.
Senator Allen wants to substitute that roll call on his measures. And I just want to say you have a fantastic committee secretary. I just want you to know.
Thank you.
We worked together
Okay.
many years ago.
Yes, yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam
Okay,
Chair.
that bill is out, and we'll keep the roll open for others who are coming. Who's next on our list? Is it Gonzalez is not here. Laura and Hall and Mendoza.
She says Laura's on his way.
Laura's on his way. Ms. Mendoza
Also.
is on his way. And I saw Gonzalez for a minute.
She ducked in and
Ducked right
Do
back
we
out.
want to lift the call on 1107 and let Ms. Arian there?
We can lift
while we're waiting.
I think Mr. Mullen, we'll lift the call in 1107.
SB 1107 by Allen. The motion is due pass as amended to Committee on Appropriations. The current vote is 2, ayes 2, noes 2, with the chair voting aye. Mr. Nazarian?
Aye.
Nazarian? Aye. Thank you. We have
Mullen.
we have Mr.
Ms. Mullen
Mullen.
already voted, okay. All right.
So ayes 3, noes 2.
Okay, we'll keep that open. Okay, here comes Mr. Lara for SB 958. Okay.
Thank you, Madam Chair and members. First of all, I'd like to thank the committee for their help and would like to accept the committee's amendments relating to service planning areas, funding for the commission, and additional cleanup language as author's amendments. I ran over here. Thank you. Members, I know we've...
Is there a second moving the bill? Okay.
Thank you. Members, in 2008, California voters approved Prop 11, the ballot initiative that we all know that established a statewide citizens redistricting commission. And the initiative placed the power to, we were given the power to redraw our districts. SB 958 would establish an independent redistricting commission for the LA County Board of Supervisors, modeled after the successful statewide commission for a county with over 10 million residents, which is greater than the population of 41 U.S. states. It is imperative that we have a fair and impartial process for drawing districts and boundaries. It is also important that we ensure LA County has districts and a board that reflects the diversity of the population. An independent redistricting commission represents an unprecedented opportunity to shape the new districts and can serve as a model for other jurisdictions to follow. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Okay. You have any witnesses?
Hello, my name is Lee Lawrence. I'm Government Director with the League of Women Voters of California, and we are now in full support of this bill. Initially, we had only supported it in concept, but we appreciate some of the changes that Senator Lara has made that addressed our concerns and are now in full support. We find that this bill follows Prop 11 in many of its criteria and processes, and the selection process excludes people from serving on the commission who are likely to have had a conflict of interest, and it's independent of incumbents. Criteria for drawing district boundaries include compliance with the U.S. Constitution, equal population, and compliance with the Federal Voting Rights Act. Contiguity, maintaining the geographic integrity of cities, neighborhoods, and communities of interest, and to the extent practicable, compactness. We are pleased with the amendments, which now include, the bill now includes post-service restrictions on commissioners' eligibility to run for office, hold appointive office, and serve as staff in elective government agencies, or register as a lobbyist, similar to Prop 11. The provisions regarding community participation in the redistricting process has also been strengthened to ensure the public has sufficient accessibility to hearings. And we continue to support this as we consider other possible amendments. But right now it potentially reforms the redistricting process for the largest county in the state and therefore strengthens democracy in California. We urge your committee to pass this bill.
Thank you very much. Any other witnesses in support? Okay. Anyone in opposition? Okay. Members, any questions? Yes, Mr. Harper.
Thank you. When reviewing the analysis on the bill, it said from the Senate Appropriations Committee, it said that this bill is likely to result in a reimbursable state mandate in the high hundreds of thousands of dollars every 10 years. So the question I have is, why should it be the state of California's responsibility to subsidize the Los Angeles County Redistricting Committee?
Well, that's not my goal, and we're working towards actually getting language to ensure that they use the monies that they currently use for the redistricting process to use it for this new redistricting commission that would be established.
So your intention is for the language of the bill to eventually be made so that it does not have a state
Absolutely.
subsidy.
That's the goal.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
That's the amendment. Okay. Any other question? Okay. We have a motion to pass, a motion and a second. This is recommended with support with the amendments that are there, amendments 4, 5, and 6 of the analysis that the author has agreed to, and that is to establish, it will establish the Citizens Commission, Redistricting Commission in L.A. County, and charges it with the adjusting the boundaries of supervisorial districts after each federal census. I want to thank the author for working with our committee to resolve a few of the issues which were outlined in the analysis. Having an independent commission draw the lines for supervisorial districts in L.A. County should help provide greater public trust in the redistricting process, and hopefully will result in district lines that provide appropriate representation for the residents of the county. We continue to encourage you to work to see if there's a way that this bill can be done without imposing any reimbursable state mandate, which you've agreed to. I'm recommending a support with amendments on this bill. Please call the roll.
The motion is due pass as amended and re-refer to the Committee on Local Government. Weber?
Aye.
Weber, aye. Harper? Harper is not voting. Travis Allen?
Not voting.
Travis Allen not voting. Gordon?
Aye.
Gordon, aye. Lowe? Mullen?
Aye.
Mullen, aye. Nazarian?
Aye.
Nazarian, aye. We have ayes 4, no 0.
Okay, that's passed out of committee. We'll keep it open for other members who may come to vote.
Thank you, Madam Chair,
very much. Senator Mendoza. SB 1011.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Members, I want to thank you. Thank you for all the hard work that your committee has provided to us. I would like to begin by accepting the committee's suggested amendments. The California State Legislature is one of the most powerful and influential state legislative bodies in the United States. However, influence in state politics is not limited to what happens inside the walls of the state capitol, but also local public officials are constantly faced with contract decisions that alter the present and future of California cities, counties, and school districts. The perception that political agendas coincide with personal financial interests is a common concern among the public. Public officers may be seen as having biases in their public contract decisions when a contract decision directly affects a child, a parent, a sibling, or a spouse of a child, parent, or sibling. In light of allegations involving our state and local government officials in the last several years, it is time to strengthen our conflict of interest laws in California. Specifically, SB 1011 will increase governmental accountability by expanding the current definition of remote interest to include a public officer's adult child, parent, or sibling, or their spouses. it will require a public official to disclose their remote interest in the contract and be restricted from participating in the decision to award a specific contract or not. Also, I would also like to point out that an official will only be in violation of this restriction on voting if the remote interest is actually known to them and the information is willfully withheld. This bill has received unanimous bipartisan support so far and would respectfully ask for your aye vote today, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Do you have any witnesses in support? Any opposition? Okay, any members? Yes, Mr. Allen.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I like what your bill does. I think it makes a lot of sense. It really strikes at the core of corruption and making sure we root it out if there is any of that there, regardless of what the length of the arm happens to be. In the best interest of seeing that go forward and be most complete, would you be interested in looking at an amendment as you go forward in the process to include domestic partners of these officials as well?
I believe we did that last year, and the Attorney General office said it was redundant because it's already included. They already are considered spouses, or whether it be you call them domestic partner or not. They told us it was unnecessary, but I don't mind looking into the next committee if you don't mind. I'll double check again.
Listen, I would gladly
last year
give you a yes vote today.
I had no problem with it, but
I would just like it to be explicit.
I don't mind it.
Okay, super. That sounds great.
Let me just double check to make sure that they don't say you shouldn't do it, but it's no problem. We're in agreement as to who is included in these type of decisions.
Perfect. I think it's a great bill. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved in second. Any other comments, questions? Okay, this bill is, Mr. Mullen,
I'm sorry, Madam Chair. Just very briefly, I want to thank the Senator for bringing the bill. I stayed off a similar measure, but I believe the Senator has put quite a bit of work in on this issue and has refined the language. My concern has been just unintended consequences, but I think you have sufficiently narrowed the bill, so I will be supporting today.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay, my recommendation is to recommend with support with the amendments. Amendment 6, a comment on number 6 of the analysis, just a technical amendment, so the bill may be correctly identified as a fiscal bill. This bill is requiring, beginning in 2008, a public officer to recuse himself or herself from voting on a contract made by the officer's governmental entity if the officer's child, parent, or sibling, or the spouse of the child, parent, or sibling has a financial interest in the contract that is known to the public officer. As public officials, it is important that we avoid even the appearance that the decision we make are motivated by anything other than the public interest. So I appreciate the author's hard work and effort in bringing this bill forward. I'm recommending a support position for this bill with the amendment suggested in terms of the comments on number 6 of the analysis. So there's a support with amendment recommendation. Please call the roll.
The motion is to pass as amended and re-referred to the Committee on Local Government. Weber?
Aye.
Weber, aye. Harper? Aye. Harper, aye. Travis Allen? Aye. Travis Allen, aye. Gordon? Aye. Gordon, aye. Lowe? Mullen? Aye. Mullen, aye. Nazarian? Aye. Nazarian, aye. Aye 6, no 0.
Okay, this bill is out on a 6-0 vote. We'll keep the rolls open for those who may not be here to vote. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, members.
We have one bill left. ACA 7, Gonzalez. She wasn't here a minute ago. Is she outside? Okay.
While we're waiting, do we want to lift calls?
We can lift the call on items 5 and 6.
Item 5, SB 1107 by Senator Allen. The motion is due pass as amended to the Committee on Appropriations. The current vote is ayes 3, noes 2, with the chair voting aye. Mr. Gordon? Aye. Gordon, aye. Lowe? Ayes 4, noes 2.
So that bill is out. Okay, we'll keep it on call till the end of our meeting.
Item 6, SB 1108 by Senator Allen. The motion is due pass and re-refer to the Committee on Local Government. The current vote is ayes 3, noes 2, with the chair voting aye. Gordon? Aye. Gordon, aye. Lowe? Ayes 4, noes 2.
That bill is also out, and we'll keep the roll open. Okay? Keep it on call.
Allow Mr. Gordon to add on to SB 1349.
Okay. You want to add on to item, okay, SB 1349, that bill?
Mr. Gordon on SB 1349, aye. Gordon, aye. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We're waiting for Ms. Gonzalez, ACA 7. Is she outside? Okay. We'll take a 5-minute break. Let's take a 5-minute break. I think.
Madam Chair, if we could clear up a vote on Laura.
You want to clarify the vote on Laura?
Yeah.
Okay.
Add on.
You an add-on? Sure. Okay. I thought. Okay, go ahead.
So on SB 958, Mr. Allen, you'd like to go from no, from not voting to no.
Okay, no problem.
As well.
Okay.
And Mr. Harper is changing from not voting to no.
Thank you.
SB 958.
Okay, so that vote now is
4-2.
4-2. Okay, bill is still out. Thank you. Okay. Let's take a 5-minute break. Hopefully they're being called to come. And
she said she was in education. I called education. She's no longer in education.
okay. Okay, I do have her say. Okay, let's take a break. Take a potty break.